When Alan told me that Wharton had the desire to honor inspiring people this year, my first reaction was, why me? He asked me if I knew who Temple Grandin is. I do. I saw Claire Danes play her in a great movie. Temple was an autistic savant who used her experience to become an expert in the humane treatment of animals. She was the proverbial nerdy kid in school who got taunted because of her repetitive speech. Kids used to tease her, tape recorder, tape recorder. But still, Temple considered herself lucky because she had friends and mentors who helped her along the way. Well, when I looked at my own life from that perspective, I understood why Alan thought my story might inspire people. The only difference is the words used to tease me weren't tape recorder, tape recorder. When I was in the 6th grade, I was in the spelling bee, and I got to the edge of the stage to spell my first word. I couldn't hear it. I thought maybe I heard fine. Everything is fine, F-I-N-E, fine. Nope, wrong word. Everything was not fine. I tried again. Maybe it was fun, F-U-N. Wrong word again. Now with my anxiety rising, I stared desperately into the dark theater looking for clues. Nothing. Had you been there that day, you would have seen my identical twin sister try to rescue me. She walked across the stage. She stopped right in front of me and she said, "Betsy, the word is vine." Well, now through tears, got the word. It's like, vine, V-I-N-E, vine. Got the word right and even passed through several rounds and finished 11 out of 300. But by then, the word vine wasn't a place where you picked grapes. Vine was how kids picked on me. I tell you this because I was born an identical twin premature, feet first, upside down and not breathing. The drugs that they gave me in intensive care caused permanent hearing damage. In one fell swoop, I lost my ability to understand consonants and hear words in most normal situations. You can't see it, but I wear 2 hearing aids to get by. And on that day, on the spelling bee stage, my dang battery died. And right along with it, my self-esteem. Positive moments define us, and so do moments like mine that cut us deeply. I've learned, though, we have a choice to rise or fall. We can accept our challenges or run from them. So today, I want to share with you all how I took what I learned from my impairment and overcame and developed the skills and confidence necessary to become a national spokesperson. I will share how I chose to prevail instead of cower to the negative pressure. I hope maybe it makes you think about an obstacle that you've overcome, or if you face one now, perhaps it'll give you inspiration to keep moving forward. Here's 3 lessons I want you to take away tonight. First, I learned it's okay to be different. If you march to the beat of your own drummer, you'll eventually find an orchestra that needs you. How? When kids used to tease me when I was younger, "Duh, what'd you say?" I was determined to prove I was neither deaf nor dumb. I never got used to the cruelty, and it fed my anger, but it fueled my effort even more. I learned to turn a deaf ear to the mockery. I chose to become helpful and kind to everyone because I knew what getting treated like crap felt like. It sucked. I developed workarounds when I could. I mastered hobbies where hearing really didn't matter all that much. Piano, flute, soccer, softball, basketball, art. Those were my drugs of choice. They made me feel good. I even graduated high school in the top 10% with several varsity letters and later graduated Penn cum laude. The resilience, coping strategies, and good habits that I learned early on really served me well. Being the target of taunting taught me compassion. I learned to listen with my heart, push past failure, and ultimately triumph through sheer perseverance. My second lesson. I know that I could not have succeeded without many angels in my life. my mentors, and my friends. I'm grateful I had help from them. You know them, either we find them or they find us. And maybe nobody comes to mind for you because you had to be your own angel. That happens sometimes. For me, my angels were my mom, Barbara, who's here. She stood up to a tone-deaf principal and made sure I got accommodated and could hear in school. My second grade teacher, Mrs. Mesnikoff, saw my potential and helped me not only to catch up, but accelerate. My Penn classmate, Marty Gordon. Hi, Marty, I'm so glad you're here. Marty told me about an incredible NBC internship that really shaped my professional career. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize David Woods, who's here today. David did something different. He called me on my BS. He kept telling me, stop doubting yourself. You're better than you think you are. Actually, David and we taught each other something. So he wrote on a performance evaluation, despite her hearing impairment, and then he wrote a really glowing evaluation. But I challenged him to take that caveat out. I didn't want to be treated differently. I want to be judged the same as everybody else. David thanked me for helping him refocus on people as they are, not what they're not. These are just a few of my angels. I have so many more, but short time. The list goes on, but I hope it makes you stop and wonder, who were your angels? Who opened doors or called you on your BS? Or maybe you had to do that all on your own. But regardless how you did it, we're not alone. We can, whether we gave or whether we received, whether it was money, time, or even a simple act of kindness, they're all so valuable. My third lesson, I learned to embrace my fears and challenges and make them work for me. As a child, I escaped in my room often, writing and dreaming about the more ideal world that I wanted to live in, one that was kind and full of nice people. Because in reality, my world was neither ideal nor kind. In first grade, I got bullied and pushed off a school bus. Cracked my chin, still have a scar hidden with makeup. When I was a teenager, my young dad died unexpectedly. My mom was in a car accident caused by a distracted driver and ended up in the hospital with broken ribs. I saw a dear, dear family friend suffer from her family's substance abuse. That was my reality. I didn't know it then, but those tragedies were why I chose jobs where I could make a difference, do something nice, or be positive for people that were unsung heroes. For example, my mom's accident. I was a spokesperson for the American Automobile Association. My dad's death and the insurance benefits that paid my Penn tuition. I orchestrated a national campaign to educate people that life insurance isn't for the people who die, it's for the people who live. I'm living proof. My friend's home life ruined by her relatives' addiction. I orchestrated national anti-drug communications. And for all the bullies and tormentors who pushed me around and treated me like I didn't matter, I was handpicked to give the very first official tour of the World War II Memorial on Dedication Day to Tom Hanks, and joined him to say thank you to the visiting World War II Medal of Honor recipients who risked their lives to defeat Hitler's bullying and oppression. Today at the FBI, I'm fortunate and honored to be a media liaison and help to tell the stories of unsung heroes who safeguard our national security. My colleagues and I work hard to ensure America hears how special agents and staff are working tirelessly to solve complex, devastating, and violent crimes, bringing justice to victims and keeping us safe. In the past 2 years, despite internal obstacles, professional challenges, and the COVID pandemic, as Alan said, I was able to work closely with CBS and bring the FBI Declassified, a 6-part true crime series to prime time the first time ever that the FBI's had a primetime true crime series. My mom put the link in the chat room if anybody wants it. People have told me that I'm so lucky to work on such high-profile projects. And yes, it takes a little luck to be in the right place at the right time. And it's also my own determination, shaped from my experience, my angels, and my personal choices that enabled me to embrace those opportunities once I got there. So today, I ask you to keep your eyes and ears open, hearing aids and glasses or not, as well as your minds and your hearts, and remember 3 things. 1, it's okay to be different. 2, thank the angels in your life, or be one. 3, embrace your challenges and make them work for you. Lean into them and see them as opportunities. It's like C.S. Lewis said, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. What ending do you want? I hope I've inspired you to move towards it. Please don't let your dreams and your opportunities die on the vine. My name is Betsy Glick. I am so grateful to Wharton for this wonderful recognition, and I hope all of you have a very healthy, safe, and happy holidays. Thank you.